Welcome to another edition of the Noles Podcast. I'm your host, Gregory McCoy. This podcast is by a fan for fans. I am not a journalist. I am not a reporter. I am not an insider. I do not work for a website. The majority of my content comes from me, in my opinion. Other information comes from the internet. Today is January 23rd, 2020. And I have a couple of different segments that I wrote for this episode. And I hope you enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get started. First segment. TJ Rushing leaves to go to Texas A&M. Jab or compliment? Jimbo Fisher snatches TJ Rushing away from Florida State. To me, it's more jab than compliment. I don't know anything about TJ Rushing as a coach. So I have to believe that Jimbo is trying to send a message, because when he was at Florida State, they were notoriously cheap. So my guess is he sees Florida State spending money on staff for Norvell that they didn't want to spend for him. Jimbo didn't want to go to Texas A&M, but he got a 10-year deal, and they gave him whatever he wanted. I don't ever see Texas A&M winning the SEC West. T-Buck should have been the guy from Jump Street. At least there would have been a sense of loyalty with T-Buck being a former player at Florida State. But now we have to wait and see what Norvell comes up with. Everybody wanted T-Buck, man. Everybody wanted him. We just thought that was going to be the guy. But he signed with Ole Miss, and I don't know if he wants to come to Florida State now. I'm pretty sure if you made him an offer he couldn't refuse, he would do it. But he should have been choice number one. And for this guy TJ Rushing to do us like that, man, that's just crazy. You know why Jimbo did that. He was just taking a shot. So let me know what you think about that segment. I'm still in shock. That's why I got the dead air going, because I can't believe this dude actually left us like that. So let me know what you think about TJ Rushing, the former defensive backs coach at Florida State. Not even a month on the job, leaving. Let me know what you think about that. And next is the Aaron Hernandez documentary. What are my thoughts on that? And this is what I wrote. The Aaron Hernandez documentary, absolutely chilling. This guy looked like a stone cold killer even before he got caught. Supremely talented player. He was an extra wide receiver out there with speed to match. This guy threw away $40 million because he wanted to be a thug. I don't know what to say really, other than it's just a waste of talent. I wish I was blessed with that ability. This man was killing people and then would go play football on Sundays. That's crazy. Again, I'm just looking at some photos of this guy when he was with the Patriots, and he just looked crazed, man. His talent on the field is just undeniable. I mean, he was actually, I feel like he was actually better than Gronkowski. They actually signed him to his deal before Gronkowski. I mean, in that 2 tight end system that they were running at that particular time it was unstoppable. You couldn't stop it. I think they went undefeated. I want to say Randy Moss was on that team with that 2 tight end system. I think. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I think he wasn't on that team. But at any rate, it's just a waste of talent, man. This guy killed us for 3 years at Florida. He made us look stupid. So you know, you know, God just would not bless me with that height, that speed, that strength, that ability. I would have tore the league up. So let me know what you think about that segment. I'm going to move on to the next segment, which is how to defend Patrick Mahomes. And this is what I wrote about that. How to defend Patrick Mahomes. Rush 4, drop 7, cover 4 mostly. Maybe cover 2, no cover 3 ever. All of your corners, or none of your corners, can run with those 4-2 wide receivers from Kansas City. I doubt if they can even run with Sammy Watkins. You might have to go 4-2-5 because don't forget about Kelsey. The defensive line for the San Francisco 49ers needs to come up big in this game. This guy is such a dynamic player. I don't think anything will work against him, but maybe my 49ers will try. Rushing 4, dropping 7. Linebackers can't chase in zone coverage. Safeties stay as deep as the deepest. 49ers can't give up big plays. I don't think you need to blitz to get to this guy. I really feel like San Francisco can get to this guy with 4 defensive linemen. So yeah, that's basically what you're gonna have to do, man. You're gonna have to zone this thing out and just, make him hold on to the ball. I wouldn't play man to man, not 1 second. It would be cover 4. It would be cover 4 palms. I play cover 6. I would never play cover 3. And I would never blitz. You should be able to get to this guy with 4 defensive linemen. And, we'll see what happens in the Super Bowl. So let me know what you think about that segment. And I'm going to move on to the next segment, which is Florida State basketball. What are my thoughts on the Florida State basketball team? And here's what I wrote about that. My thoughts on the Florida State basketball team is Leonard Hamilton is doing an outstanding job. He continues to get great talent to come to Florida State. They're 16-2. They're number 5 in the nation. No one saw this coming. Maybe another ACC title. Maybe. Basketball is just a way to fill the void left by football. But it's great. It's great that they're doing good. Like I said in previous episodes, football will always be number 1 at Florida State. But if basketball ever wins it all, then that would be big time for Florida State. It would be great to see Leonard Hamilton win a national title. I feel like he really deserves it. He rebuilt this program into something special. All right, we all know that Leonard Hamilton is a great coach, man. And just the fact that he has this program at number 5 should just tell you how good he is as a coach. He continuously brings in great talent. He gets the most out of all his talent. And, I just think he doesn't get the respect that he deserves as a coach, man. And I don't know why exactly. I really don't. But we'll see what happens, man. 16-2. I think they only got 1 loss in the ACC. I forget who their other loss is to, but they're playing really outstanding right now. So we'll just see what happens. So that's going to do it for that segment. Let me know what you think about that. My next segment is going to be about 2 players that decided to go pro. That's going to be Cam Akers and Stanford Samuels. I've written about these guys before, but I just picture how they would look on the 49ers. So it's basically Cam Akers and Stanford Samuels III as 49ers. First up, Cam Akers. Cam Akers to the San Francisco 49ers in this year's draft would be crazy. Seeing Akers in the Shanahan system, a zone scheme, running the football would be crazy. I only wish Florida State could have put a better offensive line out there for him, then we could have really seen this guy display his talents. No worries, though. My 49ers will take care of him. Cam Akers in a zone running scheme is going to be crazy. I hope they draft him. Speed and power, plus he can catch out of the backfield. If he runs a fast 40 time, I think he'll be gone before the end of the first round, which is where we'll probably be picking. And his stock went up because Travis Etienne decided to stay at Clemson. So we probably won't get a chance to draft him at the end of the first round. So, yeah, I think we're going to be in the market for a running back. I don't think Matt Breida is cutting the mustard right now. So, Matt Breida is not cutting the mustard right now. Tevin Coleman and Raheem Mostert are doing absolutely great. So, I mean, we'll just see what happens, man. You know, Shanahan, you know, he loves his running backs. He loves his wide receivers. He loves his tight ends. So he's always going to try to, you know, get the best offensive talent around his quarterback. But it's going to be real scary to see Cam Akers with an offensive line. It's going to be really scary, dude, because you can just see he has the desire to run the daylight, accelerate on contact, and just be a great player. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, I'll go nuts if he comes to my team. So let me know what you think about that. Now, Stanford Samuels III. What would happen if he became a San Francisco 49er? I think we played a cover 3 scheme, and I just think that's going to be like right in his wheelhouse. He's 6'2". He's like 190 something pounds. So he's basically a big corner, and his man-to-man skills need work because he got burnt a lot. So I think because of his length, he would be perfect for the cover 3 scheme. Everything is going to come down to his 40 time. I mean, let's face it, everything is going to come down to his 40 time. If he goes out there and he runs a 4.45, he's probably going to be a second rounder. If he goes out there like Tavares McFadden and runs like a 4.7, he's probably going to go undrafted. I really felt like he should have stayed. But, you know, somebody probably whispered something in his ear, and he just decided to go pro. So we'll see what happens, man. Both of these guys, I wish them nothing but the best. I hope they have long and great NFL careers, and we'll just see what happens. So that's going to do it for this podcast. I really appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate your support. It's available on YouTube. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify Podcasts. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please scroll down to the description, click on one of the links, rate, review, subscribe. I really do appreciate your support again. And as always, go Noles.